Welcome to another episode of Video Game Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about the Panzer Dragoon Remake on the Nintendo Switch. Okay, so let me provide a little context first of all. I am an old school Sega fan. I remember when the first Panzer Dragoon came out on the Sega Saturn, and I thought it was awesome. Well, let's get a little more specific. Even back in the day, I felt like there should have been more to the gameplay. I thought that the creative vision and design was super cool. Sega had a really signature kind of 1980s informed style or vision when it came to what the future could look like, and you could really see a common thread running through games like Space Harrier, the Phantasy Star series, and Panzer Dragoon. Like, they were all different and distinct, but yeah, like I said, there was also a common thread to the design, and I just always felt like it was so very imaginative and kind of a unique stamp that could be immediately identified. You're like, oh, that looks like a Sega sci-fi game, basically. So anyways, back to the point. I always thought that aspect of Panzer Dragoon was exceptional, and that the gameplay just felt like, okay, where's the rest of it? So it is a pretty straightforward on-rails shooter. If you hold the attack button, you lock onto enemies, so most of this game pretty much just revolves around swiveling the camera around in different directions, holding the button to lock onto enemies, and then releasing the button and killing enemies. And there's some dodging and what have you, but that's about it. And even at the time of the original Sega Saturn release, the gameplay that I just described to you felt, to me at least, like a step backwards. Now, don't get me wrong, the design and the visuals, which of the original are very hard to look at these days, but at the time they were pretty exciting. But the gameplay was just like, what is this? This is barely a game. This is like, I mean, it's better than Sewer Shark on the Sega CD, but it's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, which is fine. So what we have here with this remake, okay, so let's get to the point, right? With this remake, you have updated graphics, obviously. You can see the screen, and I have felt, and I'm sure a lot of people have felt, like the vision behind Panzer Dragoon was just so creative and cool that it really deserved an update. And it's got one here, and it looks super cool. They're really helping to bring those original visions to modern life, and so I'm 100% behind that. The music is solid, but the gameplay is still pretty bare bones. In fact, it's so bare bones that even as an old school Sega fan, as someone who has that nostalgia from the original experience, if that describes you too, then I would still say stay away, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this game goes for $20 or $25 brand new, and it's worth, honestly, like maybe $10 to $12. But I don't even really recommend sticking it on your wish list, because the gameplay is just such an unremarkable experience. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Now, the sequels were more interesting. Okay, so you had Panzer Dragoon 2 also on the Saturn, and Panzer Dragoon Orta on the original Xbox, I think, and they both added elements that made the gameplay more interesting, particularly Orta, but really both of those sequels allowed you to evolve your dragon in different ways, which would alter kind of the way that you would play the game. And this formula just really needs features like that. It needs a little more something to make it a little more involved, which those sequels had, and which this remake, which stays as far as the gameplay goes, too close to the original. Anyway, that's it. That sums up everything I have to say about this game. Sega, I love you, but guys, bypass. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell notification. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.